little skeletons? It's Disney Queen Skelly here. I wanted to I just wanted to pop in here and say a couple things that are on my mind. This is technically a story time, but at the same time, it's also kind of like a rant and me just being the person that I am. So I'm so sorry if I end up pissing everyone off with this video. But something happened to me last night that hasn't happened since high school. And given how much I was bullied, I'm surprised it didn't happen more often. And I do apologize if you hear squeaking. It is currently raining while I am driving, but I'll turn that off for now. It's not raining too bad, it's like a sprinkle, so I'll just kind of flick whenever I need to. Oh, look at that. Okay. Anyways, so here's what happened. So it's about 1 in the morning, and I had made hubby and I dinner, and I was all ready to like sit down and eat with him. He and I hadn't eaten for like 10 hours, and we had just finished working out. I gave us both like food to kind of hold us over, like half of a bagel each to hold us over while I was cooking. So as I sat down, we were watching the newest Dexter season. I get a phone call on my phone that said no caller ID. And I said, okay, it might be a scam call, might be just wrong number, let's see what happens. So I answer, and I hear what I thought was an older woman saying, hello, Bobby? And I said, no, there's no Bobby here. But for some reason, I didn't hang up. Like, my dummy brain just said, stay on the line. Maybe they'll just hang up. And this person said, oh, so there's no Bobby. I said, no, you have the wrong number. I'm sorry. And then someone else had said, well, hey, can you help me with something? And I said, well, it depends. What do you need help with? And they said, my fish drowned. And I'm like, all right, some punk ass kid is prank calling me. Ha ha, tee hee, you got your laughs. And I hung up. And then they called again. And so I answered again. And I do apologize about the shaking. I answered again. And I said, hello? And they're like, Bobby. I'm like, there is no Bobby here. Please stop calling me. You have the wrong number. And then they called a third time. And I answered, I said, I'm going to hang up. And if you call me one more time, I'm calling the police. And the only reason I threatened was because I had gotten prank called in high school by my ex, and they did the no caller ID thing because that way I can't block the number. And my ex had called me like 3 times, and I was like crying after the third one because I knew he was just using me as a practical joke, and I did not appreciate it. So when I don't mind prank phone calls. I used to do them myself as a kid. They happen. You prank call your friends, you say, ha ha, got you, and hang up the phone. However, nowadays, kids are rude and ruthless, and they'll harass anyone for extended hours if it means they'll get a laugh out of it. So yes, I threatened the cops because I didn't want to have to deal with that, and if some rando had my number, I didn't want them having my number. And that's terrifying to me because they could track me or do something that way, and I wasn't about to have that happen. So finally during the third call, I heard a nickname of mine being shouted that I haven't heard again since high school. And this nickname is only known to about 2 people. And one used it more than the other. This nickname is the nickname Maddie. There was one girl I met in high school that I knew when I was in Spanish 3 honors. And she was a wonderful girl. I was friends with her all year. And when I first introduced myself, she heard that my name was Maddie, not Mandy. So the whole year she called me Maddie, which I was okay with. So when this person had said Maddie on the other end of the line, I was kind of freaked out. Like, no one's called me Maddie in a very long time. But then as I kind of got to thinking about it, because unless like these kids like are doing like a random phone number generator and mine just happened to pop up, I think I may know who has called me. Which, if that's the case, then I'm probably gonna talk with them and ask them not to do that again. Because one, it freaks me out. I have anxiety, so I get a little paranoid easily, and I hate that trait about me. Just gonna put that out there. I really hate that trait about me. And two, I could have been asleep, and they were spam calling me, which is not okay. I don't care whether you're intoxicated, sober, doesn't matter. If it's 1 in the morning, I would not be attempting to spam prank call people. Like, if I were to just do regular prank calls and someone didn't answer, I'd say, okay, let's move on. Or like I said, I do the one call, haha, TV, it's a joke, and then hang up and then move on with my day. That is how I would go about a prank call. But again, some people nowadays are ruthless. They'll harass you, they'll bother you basically just to get a reaction out of you, because that's all they want is a reaction. And it's really annoying and frustrating, especially for someone like me who has a hard time kind of taking jokes like that. So if I have a hunch on who it might be, and if it is them, then okay, like I'll just have a conversation with them and ask them not to do it again. But at the same time, I wanted to just kind of like ask you guys, like, am I overreacting? Because part of me feels like I am overreacting, and I'm pretty sure my husband would agree I'm overreacting. I know in my heart of hearts I'm probably overreacting, but I also feel like in today's society, you know, I kind of have a right to be even a little afraid, because Lord knows how people are getting phone numbers nowadays. And if some rando has my phone number, I don't like that. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you did prank calls as a kid, let me know how those went in the comment section down below. And let me know if, you know, you are the type of person to call the number more than once, or if you were the type that just called once and you would never call again, or if you never did prank calls. Because, you know, we all like to entertain ourselves in different ways. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, little skeletons. Please stay safe.